Yo, yo, what's up? Some of y'all in here early. Some of y'all in here early. Some of y'all in here early. I have to like, I have to like, I have to like. Streamception. Sorry, I'm like trying to look at my chat, guys. What's up, everybody? Alright, let me ping some people up in here. RC beat yo ass. Love it. Um, what's up, Daz?
What's
You
up,
guys hear
babe?
me okay?
Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
Oh,
what's up?
shit. What's up, Bob?
Hi.
What's up,
Hi,
everybody?
Dad. Hi, Dad.
Yes, sir.
How's it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi, stream.
You guys hear Bob?
I'm just chilling, man.
Being
I'm
goofy? Yeah,
waiting for
same.
JRJC. I wonder if it's gonna take lead.
Hello, stream.
Hi. Oh, hi.
We're gonna answer some questions today, guys. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really, um, excuse me, have time to like sit here and think of a subject for us to go over today. There's so many. Been kind of been kind of a quasi weekend. um, but I'm gonna stick to the routine. We're gonna go ahead and do these every week. We are watching GRJC here in the after hours. So if I get quiet, it's just because I am gonna be watching this while we do this. Some decent trades today. BTBT, we talked about this yesterday. A lot of people were asking me what I saw. I don't honestly think it's really broken out yet. I think it definitely has more upside as long as Bitcoin can firm up and stop dipping here. Uh, Hopefully we see previous highs act as some kind of support. BTBT, nice daily. I actually went on the weekly and you can see that there is this nice mini flag that's forming on the weekly. We have this nice consolidation on the daily. It really, holding up nice. So the idea was, all right, I want to dip, and I really didn't get that dip yesterday on BTBT. I didn't really want to buy up here and risk it, coming and giving my dip by open tomorrow. So when we got into pre-market and I saw this kind of coming up, all these people are adding this, I was like, okay, that's a good sign. And BTB is looking strong. I mean, Bitcoin is looking strong. I was like, that's a good sign. Then we get this dip into open, and you know, I was like, all right, this is probably the only dip I'm gonna get because I think it was at this point in time where Bitcoin started breaking over its highs, like all-time highs. So I took it. Pretty sick ass chart to be honest with you. Really great ads down there. I think I had 1118 or something like that average. Or 11, I'm pretty sure it was 1118. We scaled some on the first push, added back that half right there on this really nice dip. Sold the rest up here as it kind of started chopping around. Didn't top tick the play or anything like that, but that's really not the goal all the time is to bottom tick and top tick. Although it does feel great, it's more of just getting that meat of the move, getting a good piece of the move, and getting some gains out of it. So BTBT, in my opinion, still some there. Still some opportunity there, but I want to make sure I've been kind of aggressive, with a lot of different names and taking some unnecessary losses. So I want to make sure, Bitcoin stays firmed up. And, if that's even shit, Bitcoin could firm up and that still not be the theme. We got China's going crazy today. So we'll see. It's really important for you guys to understand the trend is your friend, right? So try not to, if a bunch of Chinas are running, oh, thanks, dude. If a bunch of Chinas are running, I'm not gonna be looking at fucking weed names. I'm really not a huge swing trader. I do a lot of short-term swings, but for the most part, guys, I like momentum. I stick to the momentum. I love this kind of market because I'm a really big sympathy player, so we'll see. Hopefully things stay hot, because if they do, shit, I'll be a very happy camper. Other than that, guys, just some scalps for me today. I took FSL near $8. I'm overnighting FSL. I like the $8 firm, right? FSL, same kind of scenario here on the daily. If we pull the daily here, and if we remove all these drawings, if FCell can hold this level and open up tomorrow somewhere near 820s, we'll have a beautiful, beautiful daily flag for a potential push towards $10, right? So I want to see 8 hold. I really don't want to see this come lower than 8, uh, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try and bust 8 to either stop people out or make shorts think it's failing and then bag them. So I'm prepared for that, right? But um, I have room to add a little more, but I really would probably end up recycling the shares, but I want to see this setup stay intact. If I see this setup break at all, I'm not going to be interested anymore. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much it for me today. A bunch of scalps. You know, we scalped HUDI, we scalped JRJC, uh, scalped Ripsters SHPW. I really left HX alone for the most part. Tried to go for Can, got scraped up a little bit. Tried to go for SOS, took a loss on that. So that was my day, guys. I hope you guys had a green day. A lot of shit going on, man. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of really big moves. We're seeing some good action. We're seeing some trappy action for sure, which is crazy. I mean, look at this fucking daily. God dang, that's nuts. And I can't help but wonder if you know. Oh my God, HUDI closed almost $12. We had this at 980, I think. Interesting. A lot of good stuff going on. So today, guys, I have a dinner. I have a dinner date with a friend of mine. It's actually my lawyer, funny enough, but we're not talking business. We're just gonna have some dinner. So I'm here. I want to answer some questions for some people. So I'm looking at if you guys are, I don't know, some people can't type in Twitch for whatever reason. If you guys have a question and you can't type it in Twitch, I will also have the after hours review floor open. But I'm gonna, for the most part, be looking here at Twitch chat. Okay. So if you have questions, try to put them in Twitch chat. Okay. And then we'll read those there. So go ahead. If you have questions, ask questions now. By recycling share, do you mean scaling out and adding on dips? Right. So if we were to use, you know, it's hard for me to use FCell as an example because I really don't want to see this break below $8, right? But on something like BTBT, where I didn't necessarily have a set point where I wanted to add, I just knew I wanted to add. I knew I wanted to get a dip, right? So if I would have added these dips, you know what I mean? And, let's say it it just really wasn't firming up. It started acting kind of weak. You can see it kind of added here. The reason why I added more here is because it held this level, like this 1110 level. Had we started to break this level, I have hotkeys. Executions are really fast on Trade Zero. I probably would have just sold half and then looked for $11 to firm up, or looked for this next leg, which would, in my opinion, be around $11, um, and then add that half back, right? And for me, that's kind of the recycling shares. It just sometimes I'll sell the whole amount of shares and then add them back lower, especially on catcher's mitts, because I'm really not trying to just like sit there and hold shares on the ride down. It's just not a good feeling. But that's all it is, man. It's just yeah, selling and buying it cheaper. And if I have that in my head that I'm even going to be doing that, typically I start in pretty small, right? So BTBT, that's why there was multiple ads. Is because the first ad was like a feeler, like let me put my feet in the water kind of thing, and let me see if this thing can hold up, right? And so BTBT, put in this level here, and it tried to come back down, and it just got like kind of sucked up. So it's like, all right, I'll add. Um, it's not something that I do like all the time. Like sometimes that when I add, I mean, I know where I'm adding. I don't want to see it come any lower. So in that case, if something breaks, I'll just stop out, right? Holy crap, I got a lot of questions. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out where I'm at. Where's these are hellos? These are hellos. Um, Can we kiss? Was there a way to indicate that XX was gonna?
Yes. Ban that person. Okay, got it.
CJ Gilbert. CJ Gil. Is that who I think it is? Okay, here we are. By recycling shares. Which pattern is working for you best with the market we're in? I'm gonna be honest with you. Not my best market for me personally. So I'm just kind of sticking to the bread and butter setups, which for me will always be these nice low volume pullbacks. Like even BTVT here. This just look at this VPA, man. Just really good leg up, really nice low volume pullback right over VWAP. Like these are gonna be these pullbacks
JRJC.
are gonna be the plays that I'm gonna be making money on this market. Holy fuck, dude.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay, thanks.
I wasn't paying attention either, so it's okay.
I still think JRJC sees 10. Or at least 200 SMA, which is nah, I don't know where my daily went. I think it's like 940s or something like that. Where the fuck is my daily? I lost my daily chart, guys. Here it is. It's 932. 932. But man, I just stick to the flags. If we start to get in a market where sympathies are going, I mean, dude, it's just so easy. It's just like free fucking money, guys. Honestly, it really is. Like if I see HX start doing circuit halts out of the open tomorrow, like it's gonna be a no fucking brainer to start adding some of the sympathy plays. Especially since we're seeing that they're getting slapped. A lot more people are slapping. What does that mean? It means a lot more people are not as hesitant to add something. They're just slapping their hotkeys. They're just buying the ask. That's a market where I excel in, right? Like I want to see that. I want to see sympathy plays going. I'm excited. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm really excited because if this keeps up, I have no doubt we'll hit that milli goal by January, especially if we get this Q4, Q1 like we got last year. I plan on taking full advantage, full advantage of it. What are you oafing about? So yeah, I mean honestly, I just stick to the low volume pullbacks. You know, if there's nothing else going on, I'll look for the low volume pullbacks. The shorts have been okay. There was a lot of great opportunities today. GRJC pretty much round tripped. LYL, no, was it XYF? No, it was JFIN, LYL, DXF. There was one more that was a really good round trip, but TRKA was real nice after a really great long. It was a really great short. So the shorts are okay. Um, you know, names that get forgot about, the retail crowds. I think those will always be good plays. But the 1 minute like flags, the 5 minute flags. Personally, I like the 5 minute pullbacks a little bit better. I think they have a higher rate of success, and you can size in a little bit more without getting faked out on a 1 minute. But that's kind of what I always stick to. You know what I mean? I like to stick to what's working a majority of the time overall all markets. So that's something that I'll never get rid of is those nice momentum scalps. Good to have friends or that are lawyers. Yeah, that's a very true statement. He's a good ass dude too. He's a good ass dude. Thank you for streaming. It's much appreciated. Much love always. Always. I lost my place again, guys. I'm so sorry. It's because like I'm looking at JRJC right now as we're talking. Sizing down to build confidence is a good point. Yeah. Start small and reduce tired. Which patterns? There we go. Can we kiss? Yeah, we went through that. Was there any way to indicate that HX was gonna moon before close, or was there just pure luck? Um, I mean, you know, look, if I knew HX was gonna moon before close, I would be rich. You know what I mean? Were there some great setups on HX? Yes. Nice low volume pullback. Look at the VPA. Another leg, another nice low volume pullback. I don't really like to play these kind of para runners in after hours. That's just me personally. I know that a lot of the people that we trade with do. Um, I didn't even buy this pullback. I'll be honest with you. I went for a flag play over here and it broke down on me, so I just kind of left it alone. And I don't even think I was here for this time actually. I went to go shave. So to answer your question, is there a way to know that something is gonna moon? Um, I'm gonna go with No, there's not a way to 100% know that something is gonna moon. Okay, you just have to look for the setups that make sense and play those as they come. Well, do you play things differently, both short and long, when someone with 100K plus Twitter is active on the trade, or just play the chart? Yes, I do play them differently, but guys, I decided to like against talking about the shorts on those plays for a while. Reason being is because I feel like I'm giving up a lot of edge in that kind of department, and it's not something that I just want to like put out there to train the people to swipe me out. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, by the way, I'm getting it right here, so if you want to tweet when I'm right fucking here, just go on right ahead. But yes, I do play them differently, 100%. And you know, we're starting to come into a market where I won't be short on these plays as much as I had in a slower market because it just doesn't make sense, right? We're gonna see until it makes sense. Like it doesn't make sense on as soon as I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Um, long story short, I'm gonna be long on a lot of these plays, guys. There's gonna be a lot more plays that I'm gonna be long, like getting long on. But I need you to understand, like when you see me getting long on something like this, it's not like, hey, come slap this play. Like that's not how I want you guys to treat me. You know what I mean? Um, JRJC, yes, somebody's on it. But it is a legit sympathy. It's a nice play. It has room on the daily. Just wait for the dip, okay? Just get some kind of dip. You know, it's better that way anyway, because then we get to support the bid, etc. Don't fucking buy when this thing has just moved from 650 to 820. Like, try and get some kind of dip, some micro dip, something, some kind of dip, right? But I'm going to be longing a lot more of these plays going into a hotter market because it makes sense. It works. And then once we get the big exchanges up top, maybe I'll consider, you know, shorting. Was this a great opportunity from 870s? It was. Did I short it? No, I did not. Um, but you know, we're gonna start seeing a lot of these moves where these things just absolutely zombie back up. That I mean, it happened last year. I'm sure if the market heats up, we're gonna start seeing it again, where a lot of these plays, whenever it settles that backside, will come back, right? So I don't want to get caught in a lot of that. And like I think I talked about this a little bit in voice chat the other day, where it's like we haven't even been, I hadn't even been getting a whole lot of these nice backsides, right? Where you know now it seems like maybe I'd get it to come to here and then it'd swipe back up to here and then kind of move sideways. I'm not down with that, you know. I don't want to spend all my time scalping something because there's so many other great opportunities going on. So if I'm getting short on plays like this, usually I like to get in somewhere near the top or after the first fails and let it ride down. So if that's not really working right now, then it's not really worth my time because there's a lot of other shit going on. Um, how do you know when to buy on a downtrend or do you not buy on a downtrend at all? Guys, I let the downtrend do its thing for a while, you know. Some people are probably looking at HX and they're like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" You see, charted some levels out here in front of you guys on HX. 1777, 1802. This would be a cool area for this to hold. I wouldn't buy right here though because we haven't had that much of a pullback, right? Like another good area I think would be right here, right in here. I let the downtrend do its thing. I let it have a good, decent sized chunk of downtrend, and then I'm looking at key levels, right? I want to see key levels come in. I think 1642, 1650 would be a key level. Am I saying buy there? Absolutely not. I'm just saying at that point we would have came down from 21 bucks. We had a decent size move to the down, like on the backside, right? Why is this important? It's important because um, you know, once you have that decent sized move, you're not just having dip buyers, but you have shorts that got in at the top who will start covering. They will start contributing to the bounce with their covers, etc. Like if I get on at $21 and this thing comes down to 16, I'm shaving some shares, okay? I'm gonna be covering some shares. If this thing comes down from 21, right? Let's say I don't know. Let's say I get in on the fails. I'm here at 20 bucks or something like that, and this comes down to 18. I want to see more. I might shave some here, but I'm not gonna cover the whole position. You know, I'd look to get in on this bounce because typically the people that did buy off this level the first time are just gonna be pop sellers, and it should come back down more, right? Give it time. Typically, and it's kind of the same. Well, I don't know if I could apply this rule on something like a bigger picture like this, but just give it time. Let it pull back. Let it get a good pullback. You know, Let it bounce and fail again, and do that once or twice, and then start looking for dips off of key levels, right? Obviously, I don't want to see this come down under VWAP. I don't want to see it break down below these levels here, right? Uh, it would be nice to see this hold 1642. If it doesn't, I think, maybe set up until tomorrow. I'm not looking to play this in after hours, but just give it time. And when you're buying dips like on a new trend, right? Um, Typically, when you have a nice leg up, your pullback's going to be anywhere from like 40. I think 40% is like the sweet spot for that pullback. It's like about 40% of that little leg you just had, right? So if we just had this leg here, like ideal pullback would be like this area, right? Um, and that ends up usually being around the 8 to 20, something like that. On very high momentum, it's not going to be as much, but um, just pay attention to the volume. It's very important. Why are so, what are some ways you feel confident that it's a dip and not a downtrend? I think I kind of just went over that, so I'm gonna skip that a bit. Confident it's a dip and not a trend. Well, I do want to say one thing though. It's like if we just exhaust out, right? Like if we just have this giant move and then we're coming down a bit, and I see volume or some kind of exchange, guys. When I say exchange, was it HUT today? When I say exchange, I mean something like this. Big fucking volume coming through, right? Like so if we're if we're up top and I see some big ass fucking volume like that, I'm just gonna assume, hey, this is probably the top for a second. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna be like thinking this is just some kind of dip to buy on, especially because we just had this really nice move up. You know what I mean? But if we're been consolidating in this area for a while, let's say right here. Let's say we're right here, and then we have this big pop, right? That's when I would start thinking, okay, this is a dip. Why? Because we've been consolidating in this range. We just had a big pop, and this is a low volume pullback. The low volume pullback is so key. That's when I'd be like, okay, maybe this is a dip for this break of this flat top around 1777, $18 area. So, like, even especially, was there a better example? Let me see. After those first legs, anything first leg of a move on volume, that first pullback is I usually play those first two as far as momentum, and then I'd like to see something on the five a little bit later on. I'm not looking for breakouts. I don't really like playing breakouts. I always like these nice dips here for me to play personally. If it's extended, if we've had a couple nice dips and it starts to speed up, the tape starts speeding up, starts kind of getting some volume up top, some resistance. That's I'm no longer interested. I let it do its backside shit. Do you use the Gargalon indicator? As of 2 streams ago, I used the Gargalon indicator. VPA is volume price analysis. Guys, I'm not gonna go over charts. Like, I'm not gonna be like, no offense, but if somebody's like, hey, what do you think about ALZN? Well, I haven't even fucking looked at ALZN. You know, that's not what I'm here to do. Okay. Also, if you can hear my daughter, she's having a hard time today. I'm sorry that you can hear my daughter. She's having a hard time. Okay. She's 3. Life's hard. When you don't understand emotions, sometimes it can be hard. The best indicator out there. The Gargoyle indicator is pretty good, man. I'm telling you right now. Shit, man. Lots of people picking up on it. Lots of people picking up on it. NXTP had some pretty good shorts. Yeah, yeah. Those. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna say it straight up. I'd be 100% real with you guys right now. I do not like shorting Zach Morris's fucking plays. Just like I told you guys, I'll be honest. If I see Zach tweet something, I'm fucking pretty quick to get in. But I just don't like getting swiped out. It's just not fun to get swiped out. You're like, oh man, trade's going so good. And then Zach Morris is like, let's fuck some shorts. And you're over here like, shit, I'm a short. And you're just getting fucked. It's not fun. Could you explain VPA? There's a really great book. Somebody commented right underneath you. I really highly recommend you go get that book. Read it. Let a couple weeks go by and then read it again. How do you avoid getting chopped if you buy a dip versus support level and it continues to go sideways until either it goes up or down? Really simple answer. If it doesn't give you a reason to get out, then don't get out. Like, just obey your fucking stop, you know? So F-Cell, right, is a really good example of this. Man, it's been fucking moving sideways all day. And guess what? I've been sitting here all day, right? I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to stop out under the level it needs to hold because it hasn't given me a reason to stop out. Now, if it starts flushing below 8, which hopefully it doesn't do that on stream, then we'll have to, well, I'll probably stop and then recycle. And if I see it start firming up 790s, maybe it'll trap some shorts that are going for the fails of this key level of, $8. This is 805. I still think 8 is key. But dude, just obey your stop, man. If it doesn't give you a reason to get out, then don't get out. And if you don't have a nice stop to get in against, then you shouldn't be getting in my personal opinion, or some kind of idea, right? What's up, brother? Just got off work. What's up, Bobby? What chat is he reading, guys? I don't know why I'm looking up here. My stream chat's right here, and I I have it up here too. So bear with me. I'm just gonna read it up here because that's where I have it. I've kind of lost you guys right here. Do you usually cut your losses at a failed level or a certain dollar or percent amount? I always cut. This is cat on the lines question. I always cut at the failed level. Okay, like I'm not looking for a percent loss. We've talked about this before. I always go off of key levels. If I'm getting in, it's most likely off of key levels. So at that point, my risk becomes at key level. Seeing a bidder on JRJC, guys, starting to flash up. This is almost a dollar move now from where we're at. I'm very happy with it. Does DATS look like a daily hourly setup? Not gonna look at that. Sorry, bub. Or Christy, Shifty Christy. Sorry, we're not gonna look at charts and give you my opinion on them. Just not gonna do that. Look, if I see a good chart, guys, and it's in theme, I talk about it, right? So MFH, we talked about that. Great move today, by the way. I did get out of MFH over 350. So Tambano says, so handsome. Shit, girl. Thank you, appreciate it. Should always trade the major levels. Agreed, agreed. I preach this. I am scrolling through chat. It's just not this one. Zach's been juicing me lately. Dude, Zach's a monster. For sure. Is there any way to identify a fake out and what are the different setups I've heard you talk about an A plus setup? Um, yeah, so the setups you hear me talk about the most, those are more than likely the A plus setups. So just pay attention to that. Like the 5 minute flags, 1 minute flags, those are like the A plus momentum scalps that I go for. The daily flags, I really, really started loving these daily flags. I'm trying to get more into short-term swinging these daily setups because I have this money in my large account that's literally just sitting here. So I'm trying to put it to work. You know what I mean? Which is a little irritating because sometimes it's like I'll be green in one account and then might not be green in the other, and it can like be kind of irritating. But when it works, it works. So it's quite nice. It's quite nice. Quick question on reading level 2 and understanding price actions. You usually watch the amount of bids versus asks to figure out which is stronger, or is there anything else behind it? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is difficult, because I'm looking at both, to be honest with you. I feel like when I'm long, I look at the ask more than I look at the bid, and I feel like when I'm short, I look at the bid more than I look at the ask, but I'm never just looking at only one. I'm looking at both. I'm looking at, okay, what is this telling me? Like right now, I'm seeing we're still having a flash bidder on JRJC 880s. They're trying to walk this bid up. We're seeing some people start stepping in on the ask too, but um, I like seeing these bidders. It lets me know that people are still watching this. Lets me know we still got some kind of support. Um, oh, what the fuck did I miss nines? Okay. Dang it, guys.
Sorry, I probably should have said.
It's okay because I love you guys.
I just have good manners, Didn't want to interrupt you.
It's okay. Ah. Make a checklist of all tips and go through them before making a trade. Can you explain how and where to know shorts are covering? So guys, as far as the knowing when shorts are covering, it's kind of just like I've been shorting and I've known how shorts operate even beforehand. So like it's all mental game, you know? If I see if let's I don't know, let's say I did, I'm not, I'm long, but let's say I was short 940s of GRJC, right? And you know, let's say we have these nice levels here. We got this 820s. This 806 level was really important because that's a daily level. So we got this kind of range here. If we start just flushing into this range, especially if it's a really fast move, I know that I'll be looking to cover, because it's coming into a range of importance. This is kind of a choppier chart, so it's not as good to use. Um, but it's like I use levels, kind of like long, right? If you're long and you're looking at where you're gonna scale, right? So if I'm not, but let's say we were long here, a good target obviously is gonna be high of day, right? So it's kind of like that same thing. If I know what the shorts targets are because I'm just using the chart, right? So just find the levels on the chart, use the levels on the chart. If it's a kind of an extended move, you can expect that people are gonna start looking to take their gains off the table. Um, but a lot of it goes into seeing these levels and seeing if they're holding up, seeing if they're staying heavy, seeing if they're getting some buyers and stuff like that. Um, it's all just a mental game. It's like one big game of chess. Just kind of understanding that there are two sides to the playing field and knowing that you know people knowing how these people are going to react and where they're going to react in certain places. When you're looking for short-term swing, are you looking for similar setups you would add while day trading, just on a bigger time frame? Yes and no. So for me, it's kind of like, the Bitcoin theme right now is a good example. We had a great Bitcoin theme. I've been through this theme. I've been through the blockchain theme. I remember what ran with all these names last time. There were so many. Oh my God, there were so many. So when I see BTBT, Any, and Bitcoin rising, I start flipping through all these charts, and for me, it was just trying to find the value charts, trying to find something that's not going to bend us over and fuck us, but something that's just I'll be honest, guys. I like to be early. I don't really like waiting for a bunch of people to get in. Why do I not like waiting for a bunch of people, like waiting for those people to get in? Because I'm not trying to buy after somebody just loaded 5 million shares, and then be dumping on my head at any given point in time. I want to be early, you know what I mean? And get you guys in early, etc. So, as far as the short-term swings, I need to stay in trend. I need to stay with the trend, or it needs to be just an absolutely beautiful daily setup. Something like Cavill was really beautiful. We had a really nice base on the daily, right? Really, really nice base on a daily. I'm gonna have to delete these levels 1 second. We had this really clean base on the daily here. And so it was like, damn, we got fucking two gap fills. We had one here. We had one gap fill here, and then we had a gap fill here. So for me, it was like, what, a 10-cent risk. I didn't know too much about the company, but I knew that people were looking at it, so I was like, why not? Why not take some? You know. For BTBT, same thing, except that the better setup in my opinion is on the weekly. Beautiful flag. It's been pushing with Bitcoin, for a while now, and Bitcoin was pushing highs. No fucking brainer play. You know what I mean? Um, MFH was kind of already up, but I was able to catch an intraday dip. And MFH is a name that in the past has ran really well with Bitcoin. The last time that Mara and Riot were even this high, this was like $10 to $13. So it's like let's get some. CNET, CCNC, same things. I cut these a little soon, guys. Missed out on the moves today, but it is what it is. I'm looking at a few others right now. I'm just kind of waiting on dips. I might not get these dips, but I really like XNet. I really, really would like to get some XNet. Clean daily. I like how this thing moves. And like MFH, this thing was $10, $11 the last blockchain run we had. And guess what? If you look left, it came from the same area that we're at now. So, yeah, for the short-term swings, man, I try and stay in theme, in trend. Um, so I don't know if we start seeing China's continue to go off, you'll start seeing me kind of get into some China names and stuff like that. And people will say what they want, but I always tell you guys when I get in these in real time and voice. I'm not like, and I'm not, guys. I'm not loading like hundred thousands of shares either. So it's not it's not like that. But I like to get in before everybody else gets in, and I like everybody else to find it, and I like them to push it, right? That's pretty much how and I just keep my key levels. I know where these things can go. We've seen where they go. What does it mean? Hold on, I think I'm skipping some people. Thizzy with the glizzy. Yeah, it's not on my desk today because I didn't know you guys could see that. How and where to know short screen? We went through that. When looking at timing scales, I heard some people put filters on it so you see large amounts. I don't filter it, but Trade Zero is pretty cool because you can like see um, it'll highlight orders that are bigger than a certain amount. For me, I have that set to 2,500, I think, but it doesn't do it for like if you go in here in preferences, you can see you can set it right here, but it doesn't do it for the inside orders. It's good to do though if you're like in a hot market. If I'm trying to catch somebody front loading, sometimes I'll filter those orders um, because I want to see that the bigger orders are coming through. Good thing I said something about level 2. So is there a way to identify a fake out? Um, that's kind of a vague question. I feel like a fake out to the downside, to the upside. Dizzy with the glizzy. Key levels might be the answer, but it's always a couple candles late after the dip. Any other tips on how to buy lower before the trend continues? People will be like, "Hey man, can I ask you this question?" Damn man, fuck your answer. Answer it again. What does it mean when there are large asks on level 2 but keep disappearing, not going through the tape and watching it on FSO the last few minutes? I mean, it can mean a couple of things, you know. Just because there's a large ask doesn't mean it's gonna like mean just one thing. You know what I mean? And you also got to think like a large ask is not 5K. Okay, a large ask is not 10K. A large ask, not even really 20K. You know, but people sometimes they'll flash these just to spook people. Maybe somebody's actually trying to sell shares. You know, sometimes you'll see like on HX, for example, once this had this big leg down, if this is coming up, you might see a large ask. It could be from people trying to get out. It could be from shorts trying to throw walls up so it doesn't bounce. You know, it could mean a number of different things. Just kind of depends on what the stock is doing at any given point in time. Which are your favorite setups? We kind of talked about that. Guys, I mentioned this is going to be a little bit of a short stream because I have to go to a dinner tomorrow, not tomorrow. Next week we will have some subject matter. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. My son's really sick right now. Um, so sometimes when he goes to the hospital, he gets you know, different kind of chemos, and there's weeks where he gets like all three at the same time. And there's one specifically, and it just absolutely messes him up, man. He just gets really sick, and I feel like usually when he gets these, he doesn't get them back to back because he goes every week. And this time he did, man. And he's just really sick, guys. So I've been dealing with that this week, and you know, it's my boy, dude. He's like super sick right now. So I'm sorry for not having some great subject matter this week, man. I promise you next week we'll have something to go over. I'll probably take some requests, and then if I find something that maybe we could all go over and multiple people would enjoy the subject, uh, we'll go over it, right? This week has been tough. We've been fighting the fever all weekend, and you know, so uh, I'm gonna be honest. Actually, I just shaved like right before the stream. I looked like ass to be 100% with you guys, but I hope this little short stream some way helped you guys. I feel like this is probably one of the short, like definitely the shortest stream we've had, and you know, feel like we could do better, but I promised you guys I would do it, and a lot is going on, and I'm still here. So I hope you guys can respect that at least. All right, like no matter what, I'm still here with you guys, right? JRJC is looking like he wants to push back up.
I ain't leaving.
I ain't fucking leaving.
I ain't leaving.
But I'm working on some things, guys. We're working on some things. This is how I keep myself occupied, keep myself busy. So I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate you guys showing up every week. There's some of you that I see here every week, and you know, it's nice. It's nice to have people here. Like I don't. It's a weird thing, right? It's because it's like I don't make any money from it. So when I say thank you for your support, I don't even really know what the fuck I mean. But it's cool to see people here. Is what it is. You know, it's cool to see people here. It's cool to see people wanting to be here, and I guess wanting to listen to me talk. I don't like that's just cool. I don't know. It's cool. So when I say I appreciate your support, I don't mean like I'm making any money off this because I'm not. It's just cool that you guys are here. You know what I mean? So. I hope you guys made some money off the calls and voice. I have been calling a lot more shit. There's going to be a lot more calls. Not all of them might work. We are in a market where things are starting to heat up. I like to be early to plays. They might not all look pretty when we take them, and until we get some confirmation that people are going to be slapping, I recommend that the lower volume plays you guys add with smaller size. But a lot of people were doubting this JRJC trade, and we're about to probably hit $10 by end of day. So just I know what I'm doing. We've been through this once or twice. All right, we're calling the A plus setups still. But if I see somewhere we can make some money and I see somewhere where we can make it as a team, I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to leave you guys out of it. And if there's something that I'm really not thinking is a great call, then I'm not going to call it. And if it fails, well, I'm sorry. You know, yeah, I'm not forcing you guys to buy or anything like that. But I've been kind of popping off lately, so I hope some of you guys are making some money with me. All right. BTBT was great. Cabal was great. GRJC was fucking great. You know, we've had some amazing dip calls on FSL, amazing calls pretty much everywhere. HUDI didn't take it with much size because it's really thin, but we got $1 on that. So um, that's how you know the play. He'll say RCB shit call, whatever. But all right, I'll leave you guys to it, man. Short stream today, like I said, we're not gonna go all the way to 4:30. Next week we will have some subject matter. We'll same time, Wednesday, 3:10 Central. Thanks for showing up, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.